This week, our team of monster builders get down and funky as they try to transform this cracker box into a definitive disco domicile. The homeowner has agreed to turn over his keys to our Baron of Boogie Woogie Builders, Steve Watson, an unconventional contractor.
It's Monster House, baby.
He's got to fire up his crew.
Stop complaining and just work.
And finish this entire job in just 5 days.
If this job is not done by Friday at midnight, not only did they fail, I fail too. And I don't accept failure.
Our house was plain and simple. It was safe and normal. It was nice and sweet, but we all agreed we could use a change. And then something happened that was very strange, 'cause a van showed up, all our stuff went flying, and my mom was crying till the job was done. Now it's a monster house. It's a monster house. It's a monster house, and we all just love it. It's a monster house.
Who would be game enough to let us turn their precious home into a party palace? Meet Chris Ado.
My name is Christopher Ado. I'm the owner of this house. I live here with 2 of my friends, Jamie and Sean.
My name's Jamie.
My name is Sean.
I think my roommates are a little apprehensive.
I don't want disco balls.
Well, Chris, up the rent. He better not.
My house is just so boring. It'd be nice to have a little more character.
Chris has agreed to leave the design and construction totally in the hands of Steve and his crew. All he and his roommates will know is what they can see from the motorhome parked out front. But first, we'll need a plan. Steve gathers his team of designers: architect Todd Erlinson, illustrator Craig Rizzo, and set decorator from That 70s Show, Tara Stevenson.
I want you to walk in this house and instantly think that you just stepped back into 1977.
So he's got to have a disco ball in there.
Anything that screams disco to you, that's what I want to see.
Shag carpet.
Shag carpet.
Definitely.
Boom! I'm thinking lights and music and just people partying. As soon as you walk in, I want you just to scream party.
Well, it sounds like the living room is probably the place to make this the disco.
Sounds like that's where it needs to happen.
Yeah.
With the lighted colored floor, maybe?
You know what? We're going to turn this place into a big dance club.
It's your typical California track house. The cool thing is to try and find the spaces in the house that, where people live every day and try and figure out, how to discify those or make them more 70s. That's a great word.
What about the love nest? What about the bedroom?
Well, the bedroom definitely should have the shag carpet on it.
By day, it's just a master bedroom with a bookshelf. And then at night, the bookshelf spins and it's a full bar. Just depending on what kind of mood you're in, what's going on, you got the bookshelf or you got the bar.
What kind of bed? Like
Big, just huge, honking bed.
like a round bed or something.
I'm digging the round bed.
Does it move?
If it did, that would be an added bonus.
The disco design goes down like this. The living room will get a lighted dance floor, a see-through bubble wall with a cutout window to a wet bar, and of course, a retractable disco ball. The master bedroom will lose a walk-in closet to make way for a rotating bed. Access to the bathroom will be through a revolving bookcase that spins around to become a cocktail bar. Now it's up to this week's team of monster builders to get it done. It's Monday morning, and Steve Watson shows up styling.
Can you dig it? I knew that you could.
No problem.
Our disco dean summons this week's build team onto the dance floor. David Furtado, jack of all trades contractor. Bill Strain, a disco designer from Boston. Drew Rebelion, master of all things metal. Jason Muter, licensed electrician. And Curtis Baruth, high-end cabinet maker. The challenge? Complete the entire build by midnight Friday. The prize? Each team member will get a tool package from Makita and ESAB worth over $3,000. Can this week's team of builders do all this in just 5 days? Chris turns over the keys and he and his housemates head off to the motorhome. Inside, Steve breaks out his disco designs.
This living room needs to be their disco dance floor, dance club. And this is gonna be a lighted dance floor. And the lights have to move to the beat of the music.
Yep. Right here, we're gonna tear out this corner and install a see-through bubble wall.
Okay. What I want on this one is I want a hole cut out, an access hole to the bar on the other side. And I'd like for those to be hidden. Some old 70s funky painting that just rolls up, and I think that'll be pretty badass. We're gonna have a disco ball, a mirrored ball, inside the wall. So the door needs to open up, and the disco ball needs to come down on some sort of a track to the center of the room. This room should look like a normal living room from the 70s until you flip a couple switches and boom, it's party time.
Cool.
But that's the living room. All right, guys. All right, so what we're gonna do here in the bedroom is we're gonna take this walk-in closet out. Gonna get rid of it. There's a water heater back there already. And to make this room bigger, it needs to be moved. And we'll put a 45-degree wall to hide that. That'll also look really nice with our octagon-shaped bed that's gonna spin around.
Does it have to spin while people are having sex on it?
Well, that would be the idea. The bookcase is right here. It'll pivot right in the center.
What have you been smoking, man? Geez, that's wild.
This is no minor remodel. It's a full-scale funkadelic fantasy. Outside, our 5 builders hunker down to catch their breath and divvy up the duties.
Bookcase bar project, just doing it myself without help. It's probably going to take me every bit of 3 days to make a nice piece of furniture.
Because we've got the whole remote control thing.
But the quick huddle turns into an hour-long debate over how to pull off the design's many moving parts.
Pure insanity.
So Foreman Steve opens a can of whoop-ass.
Well, we can basically just sit in the front lawn and talk till the sun goes down.
Get nothing done.
And get nothing done. So let's stop and then get to work.
To turn the living room into a discotheque, they'll first need to get rid of the pool hall.
Taking the legs off of the pool table so we can get it out the door.
It's about 2 o'clock and they finally start to do some labor.
That's good.
Just as they start cutting the rug, it's a case of Curtis Interruptus.
Going here. We're tearing up carpet. We've got a lot of work going here.
Finally, it's time to let it rip.
This guy was crapping in Sarah's house.
Inside the walk-in closet, Dave does some breakdancing.
Whoa, we got no light. Where's my chainsaw? Come on, give me my chainsaw!
Steve's happy to oblige.
Nothing like ripping things apart.
It's gonna be beautiful when it's done. It's gonna be beautiful.
In the living room, Drew demonstrates his trick for locating hidden electrical wiring.
We didn't need that circuit anyway.
I know. That's why I got rid of it.
You look better in this light.
Jason hustles out to the breaker box for a quick fix.
We're fixing this here because Drew cut through some electric wiring in the house with the power saw.
To get some extra juice, he hot wires a couple of household power strips directly to the circuit panel.
This is a monster fix. This is temporary only, kids.
Do not try this at home.
I think we're going to be spending a good part of day 1 and 2 doing demolition and cleanup.
And why exactly does Curtis think it will take so long?
Hello, honey.
Then we'll inset the
Bill, the disco expert, and Jason, the electrician, start to find their rhythm on the dance floor to be.
Let's make a symmetrical box to fit our material. Exactly, you got it. Perfect. And then make the box and then fill in all around with a floor. That sounds a great idea.
Late afternoon, the team suffers its first setback. The corner they've torn out of the living room isn't high enough for the prefab bubble wall panels.
We're sitting here debating this right now. We got a ceiling in there. We want to know if we should take it out or not spend the time on it because we've got a bubble wall panel. We got a bubble wall panel that's taller than that ceiling.
Look, if you want to expand this project to include framing out a new ceiling and dropping that in and then resolving that on the other side, you're going to have to figure out, you got to rebuild it. it just opens a whole nother level to this thing. You know, try to figure out to do a nice job. You've got the room, you've got the width, you plug that unit in, and then you trim it out when you get it.
This week is not going to be easy. If it was easy, there wouldn't be prizes at the end. It wouldn't be a cool show. This would be a lot of work. So if we got to reframe a room, we got to reframe a room. We're going to confirm it in a second, but if we got to do it, we got to do it.
I'll knock out the ceiling. We'll take, I mean, it doesn't hurt. Why don't we just take the damn thing out, huh?
Whatever makes you guys happy. Basically,
All right.
the bedroom.
Okay.
I think it'll make Steve
It's gonna
happy.
become my project. You guys think
I'm taking out the ceiling now. I ain't arguing about it no more.
But before anything gets taken out,
Yeah, actually, if I get on...
progress is stopped by more debate and distraction.
projects are? Hello, Mama.
What did I say about cell phones, man?
Hello, honey.
You're working.
We're having a...
You're working right now. Yep.
I'll call you back.
Yep. Bye, honey.
Okay, all right. All right.
I totally disagree with people bringing cell phones onto the job site.
So it seems like the way things are working out right now, you guys are focusing in here.
The problem no one seems to be able to solve is how to get all these disco designs rotating, spinning, and retracting. The sketches aren't exactly blueprints, and figuring out how to make all this stuff work isn't exactly obvious. The rap session rambles on into the night, and day one ends with the real work barely begun. It's day 2 for our retro remodel. Homeowner Chris tries his best to put a positive vibe on the disaster in his front lawn.
What do you think about that? I think it's pretty exciting. This big pile of trash in my front lawn. I'm looking forward to having, the swankest pad on the street, if not all of the valley.
But out back, a storm is brewing.
So we're gonna have 4 plugs. Okay, and the 4 plugs are gonna go back to the controller, and we're gonna run these, we're gonna use 18 gauge lamp cord. That's what these are made for.
Lamp cord?
Yeah, lamp cord. That's the way I've always wired them up.
We can't use lamp cord for that.
What do you mean we can't use lamp cord?
Maybe in a temporary situation we could wire lamp cord, but this is a permanent installation in the floor. We're gonna have to wire it with Romex. And we're gonna have to use boxes and make sure all of our splices and everything are contained in the boxes and everything, because we're dealing with we're dealing with a code issue here.
What do you mean code?
Well,
I mean,
see,
let me
we're
tell
making
you.
a structural floor here, right?
Right.
And so we're going to be bringing these wires in and through this structural members or whatever. We can't use lamp cord. Lamp cord's not a code-approved wiring method.
What is that called?
It's a light bulb.
A lamp.
It's a lamp, yes.
It's a lamp.
It's a lamp, yes.
What is that called?
That's the socket.
That is a socket.
Right.
Okay. And cord that goes into here could be called lamp cord. Am I correct?
That's fine.
Okay.
But we can't use it because we can't run that stuff through the studs. It's not rated for it. We got temperature issues.
Listen, I've wired these floors before. Okay,
Yeah,
and I've had electricians wire them. Never a code issue.
And I
so what are you
understand that
doing?
completely, but I understand it will work, but it's not right. Whether it's been done in the past 100 times before, there's a lot of things that go on that aren't done
So
properly.
you're telling me my concept here is crap?
I'm not telling you it's crap. It's just not going to work that way. We're going to have to come up with something
You
different.
are telling me it's crap, then.
It's not going to work that way. We're not wiring it that way, okay? We're going to put it that way. We're not wiring it that way.
I want to wire it this way.
We're going to wire it the way I say it's going to be wired, or it's not going to be put in at all.
Are you a damn walking code book or something? I mean, really.
I'm not a walking code book, but I don't want to have to rip this out when the inspector comes around.
There is no harm at all. I'm telling you right now, there is no harm in using these things.
What do I got to say to get through to you? We got to wire it properly.
I guess I don't understand the electrical code because I've used these in portable floors.
That's fine. That's a different situation.
And I've used them in permanent installs too.
Well, that doesn't make it right.
So you're saying because I've used these in a permanent floor, I'm wrong?
What can I say?
In the bedroom, things are much mellower. Curtis and Drew come up with a plan for the rotating bookcase bar.
I'm gonna build a pivoting bookshelf bar combination. I'm gonna make a header here. I'm gonna do a full-scale layout on a piece of plywood to figure out all the, number information. We can internally.
We're gonna have a lazy Susan on the bottom.
Well, I'm gonna do a steel rod that runs through the whole thing. A pillow block on the bottom and a pillow block at the top, and then your sprocket will attach onto that. So that's all stuff that we can, get right out of.
Why are you wearing a mask?
McMaster car.
Across the room, Dave mops up the mess from the demolished closet.
So we still got to finish ripping out this board, the ceiling, and
start sheetrocking it in, and I'll start doing that as soon as Jason gets my electrical out of the way.
On the dance floor, Bill from Boston has swallowed his pride and gotten back to work.
Well, you're gonna have your shot, don't worry.
But his old dance partner, Jason, is in the kitchen, steering clear of him.
Jason can make me a little bit aggravated. It seems like the way that he wanted to do things was gonna be adding a lot more time onto the build, and I didn't want to take on that extra time because we've got so much other things to do.
We don't know what each other can do. We haven't worked together before. We don't know each other from Adam.
Steve does his best to play the peacemaker.
He doesn't understand the code. He feels, he's upset because I'm telling him we can't use what he wanted, to use. We got to come up with something different.
Well, you're the electrician in California, so.
Right.
You know the code, so as far as I'm concerned, make it work. It's time to stop throwing stuff.
Minutes later, our two wire jockeys are back to being the dynamic disco duo.
Safety is an issue. I definitely agree with that. Okay, yeah, we're somewhat in harmony.
It's only day 2.
This guy
throwing stuff. So
this guy.
Now that he's spread some love, Steve feels an itch to break something. So he whacks into a concrete step to clear some more space for the disco floor.
We're gonna get it out. So we have our dance floor and our lights flush.
But then a circuit pops. And so does Steve.
Damn it! What is going on with this electrical? Where is it?
Jason's out there.
Jay, where the hell's Jason?
Right.
Jason, we gotta fix that. We have got to address this. We gotta address. I don't know.
On volume.
That's what I got the extra circuits out there for. We got to run some extension cords.
Every time I get in the middle of something, it's just the damn electrical goes out. Day 2 of the build, and the guys are in there working hard. You've got Drew and Bill working on the floor right now. Jason is actually trying to come up with some ideas for his mechanisms, machines to make everything work. The curtain and the mirror ball and the fake wall in the bedroom. So they're working together right now. He's kind of off on his own, doing his own thing, but he's stressing pretty hard.
We don't have a product that we can use that's already manufactured or engineered. I got to sit down here and engineer it. And that's what I'm trying to figure out right now is how to engineer this. If I don't have any hair left at the end of the day, you'll know why.
Conquering this conundrum is taking hours, and the rest of the team is losing patience.
Jason keeps changing his mind. He keeps wanting to redesign everything.
We're gonna have to get an extra relay to latch that contactor and tell one of these other... Holy Jesus. This is... Damn it!
Well, forget it. Walk away. Right. We have things that need to be done.
No, they want me to do this. This needs to be done.
Okay.
I can't start pulling wire and stuff until I know.
Okay.
I'm screwed. I'm screwed.
Today has been a loss completely, and no action has been taken.
I've been having a heck of a time getting to calling suppliers, having them call me back.
He could have been doing electrical wiring, helping with the floors, and we could be 4 or 5 hours ahead of the game, with his labor. Jason is stressed out.
Finally, Jason gives up. He decides the only hope is to go to an electrical supply store and get whatever parts he can find.
Here's my concern. Who's going?
Myself and Drew, because Drew is working on the gear drives, and that's also we're going to get the gear drive motor for the bed. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but that's part of the whole thing.
And so Jason and Drew head off on a shopping spree, while the rest of the team does hard labor.
I'm burning up.
Outside, Chris and his roommates are dealing with the hot afternoon in a slightly different way. At 3 p.m., the boys are back from the parts store, but they're a few items short.
Did you come up with the motors? Did you get the motors for the curtain? No motors for the curtains?
Wood floor. No, the curtain deal. That's you. You need to make some calls.
To find the missing motors, Bill starts dancing as fast as he can.
Hey, Brian, this is your buddy Bill. I'm building a monster house. I need a couple of specialty things. Motor, 2 RPM. Yes, good. You're gonna give me a deal, right? You'll work out some numbers, total that up. Cut me a better deal than that. That's an awesome deal. I'll owe you one, big time. Thanks, man, appreciate it.
The boy from Boston lands a bullseye.
Thank God he has everything in stock that we needed.
With the dance floor cleared of concrete, they can start building the grid for the flickering disco lights.
Run a cord out to that pack, figure out where the 22 footers are. We need 9 of them.
The pressure is on. The pressure is on. The pressure is on. Zit-a-da-doo, putting up sheet rock, ba-da-da-boo-doo-doo, banging a nail. And we can't oh, yeah.
By sundown, the living room is starting to take shape. But the bedroom has been all but abandoned. The revolving bookcase hasn't even been started. And reframing the wall is being held up by a water heater that needs to be relocated.
This freaking RV is purgatory for me.
Oh, you're loving every second of it. It's not easy to get to sleep at night. I'm getting at least 2.5 hours, sometimes 3 hours of sleep every night.
Chris, first of all, kicks us out of the house so we can have this wonderful production here. And then we graciously decide that we're gonna come in.
Easy boy.
And come and stay in the trailer, and he doesn't even give Jamie the master bedroom. He takes it for himself, and we're out here like swashbucklers.
That is true.
What is that?
Well, the fact of the matter is, it's my house.
The pressure is on. The pressure is on.
It's day 3, and homeowner Chris has started to hallucinate.
As requested, they're putting in a basement. I saw a lot of broken up pieces of concrete, so I'm pretty sure they're tunneling down, and I'm hoping they're doing like at least a 2-level down kind of a thing. And they're probably bringing the dirt out the back so that I don't see it to surprise me later on. So I'm looking forward to the basement.
On the dance floor, Boston Bill is on the verge of a day 3 breakdown.
Beginning of day 3, as I woke up this morning, I feel as if I've been at the gym for 8 hours and I upped all my weights 10 pounds.
Plan is to get it done.
The wiring for the disco floor is strictly to code, but getting it finished by Friday is going to be iffy.
Working away at these, getting these lights put in. We've got about 150 of them, so it's going to take a little while. Even if it takes 5 minutes a piece, 150 times 5 is a lot of minutes.
Then there's the Steve factor.
We need to split our beds here.
Our beds here?
Let's go.
Oh, you're kidding.
Steve leads the crew outside to haul in his latest find, a vintage 70s circular rotating bed.
Don't keep your hands
Watch your fingers. Keep your hands out of the inside.
It's a great find, but it poses a major problem.
First thing at hand is going to be to get it inside the house. At this point, it's too big to get through the door.
To get it inside, the frame will have to be cut into pieces.
I'm going to cut this apart and get it into the bedroom location, and then I'll weld it back together. We'll leg it up. I will mount the motor. By the end of today, it should be all ready to go.
In the bedroom, Curtis has finally begun building the bookcase bar. He's barely gotten started when he grinds to a stop because he can't find a nail gun.
What we usually do with these blue boxes, they make a nice sailing thing, but I throw them away and get the tools out where you can actually, you know, see what you got, because you got all these boxes, everything looks the same. You don't really, all these do is take up a lot of room. They don't really help you on the job site.
He asks a member of the film crew to go pick his nail gun up from his house.
Get my gear, because I can't deal with this anymore. Okay. So you're gonna go to my house. All right. I'm gonna tell you what to get. Okay.
But then Foreman Steve steps in.
You know what? There's a truck out there for you guys. If you need something, go pick it up. We got to use these guys for other stuff. They need stuff for production. So if you guys need something, just get in the truck and go pick it up. Just make it as quick as you can. That's what the truck's there for.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, I'll go.
Cool.
All right.
That way, because you know what you want. You know what I'm saying?
All right, okay. Fine.
Curtis has to drive home himself. Only one problem. It's an hour-and-a-half drive each way, and the rest of the crew is not happy.
He's gonna get a nail gun. I told him nail it, drill it, but he doesn't have the right one. I told him pre-drill it, nail it with some finished nails and a punch, and you're done. He says, we don't have time for that. But we got 2 hours, 3 hours to go get the nail gun. Come on.
And see if it was worth it.
The answer is no. I can give you that already.
Back at his home workshop, Curtis shows us how real builders do it.
This is what a real toolbox looks like, guys. Maybe they can build one for the Monster House. Okay, this is what the real this is the real thing here. Okay, this is really useful because if you got your stuff all organized like this, you can actually get the work done. We're gonna be rolling back to our brothers.
One thing he forgets to mention.
My name is Josh Peters, and I'm the assistant art director for Monster House. There's what he spent a couple hours driving down to Santa Monica to get his own personal one when it was actually right on the cart. He's probably standing within about 2 feet of it for a good 15 minutes earlier today, and just didn't bother looking.
In the front yard, Drew is ready to dive into the bed, and he does have the right tool.
This is a porta-band. I love these things. These are so great. You can take them anywhere. You can even get them cordless.
The Makita Porta-Band is an electric hacksaw that allows him to cut through the steel frame like butter.
House is a party house. There's a party going on in every room. My house is a party house. There's a party going on.
Okay, very good, honey. Love you.
It's mid-afternoon, and the king of cell phones is finally back on the job.
I'm actually getting ready to start a cut list for the cabinet. So I'm gonna get the carcass of the thing built so that we can bolt it into the hole, and then I'll build the doors and stuff afterwards and plant them on.
In an attic above the living room, Drew starts work on the disco ball. The design calls for the ball to pop out from behind hidden doors at the touch of a button. Drew cuts a hole in the wall above the fireplace for the disco ball doors.
Doing this the Amish way. No offense against the Amish. I'm kind of partial to them, in fact.
To move the ball across the ceiling, they've come up with an ingenious idea: the track from an automatic garage door.
Jason came up with this plan, and I think it's a really good one. It's just reverse engineering on this thing, and instead of usually the track is stationary, and this moves along to pull the garage door up. Right. Well, what we're doing here is we're flipping this around. We're taking what would be mounted to the garage door and permanently fixing that. Then the whole track slides on this, forward and back. I think it's really a good idea. Jason? Yes, sir. I get you on the ladder? Yeah. So I need to extend that line out.
But the boys have left one thing out of their plan: Steve, and he's not happy about it.
Why can't it just go up and down?
No, here, no offense, but we got 2 chiefs on this job already.
You know what? If you don't like it, I can put somebody else up there. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of the attitude. No, he tells me that we have 2 chiefs on this job. We don't need another.
I just want to be left alone and proceed.
I don't have to deal with it. I don't have to deal with it. I don't have to deal with it at all.
Well, at that point in time, I don't want to stop and explain the whole process over again so someone can confirm my ideas already.
Why didn't we get one that has a chain with a hook that holds the ball that the chain can be pulled in and pulled back out?
Because then we have to have a track that comes all the way out here.
Then we can do a track. We said yesterday the track.
If you want to mount the track and leave it perfect.
We said that the track yesterday was perfectly fine.
If you want the track, we've got no problem.
Yeah.
If you want to just hold the track out here?
They said the track's fine. The track. Yesterday we decided the track is perfectly fine to come out.
I didn't hear that.
No, I didn't either.
Actually,
I heard the opposite.
I mean, I said yesterday specifically, the track is fine. An exposed track is fine. We can paint that thing white. It's totally cool. I even said that before you left. I thought you guys heard me.
God damn it, I don't have to deal with this. All I know is I just don't want this thing coming out over the fireplace. Well, you know, that's not even a possibility. I think it's just a symptom of the stress level, you know, going up, you know, and people are getting tired. The deadline is approaching.
I have to deliver this house to Chris, the homeowner. I've got to make him happy. I have to walk him through the house. If he's not happy, I have to deal with it.
Eventually, the garage door idea sinks in, and Steve decides to let the guys do it their way.
And what they were trying to do is a very clever application of the garage system to have the track go in and out. Great idea. So they're gonna get this thing working out.
Out front, Chris and his roommates get down to chow down. They treat their monster crew to a boogie down barbecue.
My house is a party house. There's a party going on in every room. My house is a party house. There's a party going on, and I want to party with you.
That was very nice of these people.
Curtis sneaks off to the garage to finally get serious with his bookcase bar.
I'm gonna get this in the hole tonight, so that's my goal.
The pressure is on. The pressure is on.
Grunt work. They're gonna be doing assistant work.
Our suddenly productive carpenter has even come up with an idea for getting the bookcase to spin.
These are gonna get cut down. This is gonna get bolted into the floor. Then this unit's gonna plop up on top of here. We'll make up these bolts, attach that, then secure it with a pin through the top. And that's what's gonna allow it to rotate.
It's the end of day 3. Gonna see how the guys are doing.
The day-long wiring marathon has taken its toll on Boston Bill.
Dave and I have met right here in the middle.
All right.
And when we finish these 2 sockets, we'll actually have finished the first 2 rows of 7 that have to be completed to put the bulbs in. I've been doing this for we're going on 13 hours plus in the same spot. You know, I mean, on our knees and sitting down, just moving from cube to cube, doing what we need to make this work.
In the bedroom, Curtis's bookcase has magically appeared, and it's a perfect fit.
And then Drew helped me bring it in. We humped it in, stood it up, dropped it in, just a little adjustments, and it went right into place like it was supposed to. So I feel like I'm on track to get this unit done.
10 p.m. Pleased with their progress, the team decides to call it a night. But the bed is still in pieces. The prefab bubble wall has yet to arrive, and the garage door-powered disco ball is still a work in progress. It's day 4. The close quarters in the RV is bringing out our housemates' true colors.
Seeing Jamie naked in the camper was one of my goals. One of those goals a man does anything to achieve.
I didn't really get any chance to see Jamie naked, but I have a feeling that it's really close. I mean, there were a lot of close calls. There were probably 4 different times at least that she was changing, and I would bust through the door and say, "Oh, sorry."
I've been hiding out.
Steve is just itching to pump up the beat.
Well, it's day 4, and still nothing's finished. The boys decided they would stay till midnight last night or stay until they were finished with something, and they all left before 10 o'clock. And they're a little bit behind, so today's gonna be one of those bust-your-ass days.
In the bedroom, Curtis's impressive progress on the revolving bookcase bar has come to a sudden halt.
Hold on, what's going on up there?
Curtis's pivot mechanism turns out to be a few snags shy of smooth.
Oh, you're busting off. You're busting off somewhere.
It's off inches here.
I mean, we were gold.
Right, gold front to back. I've had it rotating all morning.
Drew decides to start welding his chopped up bed frame back together. All this grinding is starting to grate on more than just the metal.
I'm getting little burnies here in the back of my head.
Oh, and you like it? You'd like some more? Is that what you're saying?
It's late morning. The long-awaited bubble wall is finally here. The acrylic wall panels come pre-built, one with a pass-through window.
Step out for a second, buddy.
In theory, all the boys need to do now is pop them into place.
It goes right here. Access to the bar. They can deliver drinks. Very 70s.
But before that can happen, another delivery arrives from Georgia.
So we have a delivery from Roadway, because with Roadway, it's on time or it's free, guaranteed.
I love Broadway! I think Broadway's so good!
It's over 1,000 square feet of shagadelic shag carpeting, courtesy of Flooring Express of Georgia.
You wasn't lying.
This sudden surplus of 70s stuff sends our blurry builders into a disco delirium.
My house is a party house. There's a party going on in every room. My house is a party house. There's a party going on, and I wanna party with you.
But then Steve starts acting like a grown-up.
It's late. These guys have one more day to get this thing done. They have till Friday night at midnight, and as you can see, the house is still in a huge mess. So here we are. Deadline's on the way, just around the corner. And it's the bottom of the ninth, and we're nowhere close to being home.
Hopeful that at least something is getting done, Steve checks in on the rotating bed. Drew has had to build the turntable mechanism from scratch.
Turntable fired up. You're right in the...
Okay, there's the problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
The fix is to, the chain is not engaging with the turntable unit. So I need to make a connection there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to weld a small tooth right into there, okay, that catches there. The problem is that at points it is disengaged from here, so I'm going to have to put one on this side and one on that side so it stays in its track even when one comes off of the points.
They're getting there.
Easy fix.
I love it.
Easy fix.
Love it.
In the living room, Steve and Dave try to tack up the bubble wall, only to find out that it doesn't fit. The opening they've framed is high enough, but not wide
So
enough.
I need 2 more inches.
What we're finding out here is that we don't have enough room with this opening to really do anything.
But we need another 1-inch clearance on both sides. So I gotta cut this out and put a header in here and make it all to code and try to make it all work. So get back to me in about 60 minutes.
While Dave goes out to cut new lumber, Bill offers to pull out the old frame.
Bill's been doing electrical, and Bill kept on saying, I want to stop doing electrical to help you. That's cool. So I said, Bill, come on, and he started working with me, and he goes, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I said, well, I need these cut, and I need these nails cut so I can start doing the header. He goes, great.
10 minutes later, Dave returns to find that Bill has just done half the job.
I come back, and when people say they're going to do something they don't, it upsets me.
Well, wait a second. Who said they did something that I didn't do? I did everything I said I was going to do, and I'm in the process of doing things so that we could complete this.
You were going to help me, and you didn't.
Well, you know,
I understand why.
I'm going to help you, but you know why, right there.
All the stuff that Bill said he would do, it wasn't being done. Now, if you let me put the board in, then you'll know where you have to cut. Well, drill, won't you? So hold on. If I was working with somebody and helping them, I would finish whatever I was trying to accomplish, big, little, or indifferent, before I moved on to something else.
I heard that.
Well, that's the truth, man.
Okay,
Bill,
I can't
Bill,
do this and that
Bill,
at the same time.
Bill,
I have to finish
Bill,
one thing
Bill,
before I start
Bill,
something else.
You asked me, what can I do to help you, David?
Correct.
And I asked you to do certain things, okay?
Correct. I was waiting on Jason so we could start this project here, and that's when I said do that. And I took all of that stuff out like you asked. I took that stuff out. We got this thing moved here while you weren't even around. You weren't even around watching Jason Jason and I move this and tend to this corner.
No,
right here.
I understand.
So you come and say, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What kind of hole here?
Well, because no one had mentioned this DIN cable the whole time.
So you went off on me without realizing and even asking, what are you doing?
No, I knew. No, I asked you what you were doing, and you said, I have a chance to use the big power tool.
Yes,
so I want to use it.
I do.
I asked you
It's a little embarrassing to hear my fellow guys out there. You know, it's like they've kind of lost their dignity a little bit to me. Kind of lowered my respect just a little bit, hearing them shouting at each other and stuff. You know?
Curtis decides to take the high road to the nearest latte.
I'm going to go to Starbucks. It's only a couple blocks away.
I asked you what you were doing, Bill.
I was kind of big asshole. I asked you what you were doing.
The boys are getting punchy. The feathers are ruffling in the hen house right now. I think they can get it done. I think they can finish the job, but they're going to have to work together better than they are right now.
It's Disco D-Day, and Jamie's got a new mantra.
I want to get out of the RV. I want to get out of the RV now.
Day 5, the wind's blowing. It's going to be a hot day. It's the last day that we have to build.
The most difficult part of today, I think, is going to be the time factor.
I love crunch time.
Inside, the crew is already dancing as fast as they can. Curtis does some finishing work on the bookcase bar, while Jason wrestles with getting it spinning. The hole for the bubble walls has been widened, and Dave and Bill hang the retractable ViewTech shades.
Our team is working really well together.
By noon, the discofication of this monster house has reached fever pitch. In the bedroom, the boys are in a duel to see which project they can get spinning first, the bed or the bookcase. Jason is still puzzled over how to get this heavy shelf spinning on a dime.
I'm just trying to make this work, trying to come up with a system to make this function with the remote control, and just got me stumped right now.
Suddenly it hits him. What this stuck shelf needs is a more macho motor.
This is the one we want, they'll go up there.
Curtis is ready to take his bookcase bar on its first joyride.
We got remote control. All right. Did it, bud. I'm sorry I ever doubted it. On Friday.
Not to be outdone, DJ Drew prepares to crank up his turntable bed.
It's all ready to go. I'll turn it on and you can see what it looks like. There it is.
Nice.
There it is.
Well, let's go mark it off our list.
Yep.
Out on the dance floor, Bill polishes off the last of 144 junction boxes, 154 sockets, 300 feet of Romex, and not 1 inch of lamp cord.
The dance floor, I think, is going to be finished within the next couple of minutes. We're going to check that thing out.
And it's time to trip the lights fantastic, courtesy of Action Lighting.
Day 5, and we got ourselves a lighted dance floor, and I'm looking forward to crossing it off the list. We haven't put the acrylite down on the top yet. However, we'll get to that very, very last. We don't want it to get damaged or scratched while we're doing the rest of the work.
A little prehistoric technology here.
Very nice.
With the shades hung, the boys now pop the bubble walls into place. Out front, Chris is itching to get inside.
I am going insane waiting to see what they did to the house.
Probably Chris has a vibrating bed, which he'll get a lot of miles out of, hopefully. So.
I'm imagining there's disco balls everywhere.
I feel great about getting all this stuff working. I mean, you know, we busted our hump, and I was really worried about it earlier, but, you know, it all pulled together.
At just past 10, they start screwing down the tiles.
Oh, get this one too. Get this one, yeah. Very slow.
Now, the only project that's not finished is the retractable disco ball. For some unknown reason, the garage door has decided to get temperamental.
Well, about 45 minutes.
I'm close to a finished product. Drew is telling me within 10 minutes this thing is going to work.
At 5 minutes to 12, the crew takes a deep breath.
Is this gonna be the automatic coming out?
And the diva emerges from her dressing room.
Sweet. Nice. I like
Piece
that.
of string and a couple of screws.
That's just beautiful.
Before Chris, Jamie, and Sean return, Tara Stevenson from That 70s Show puts on the finishing touches. A coat of Pittsburgh paint, electroluminex light tape, and wall-to-wall shag carpet. Finally, it's time to roll out the red carpet for Chris, Sean, and Jamie. It's Saturday night, and a line has already started to form in front of our monster remodel. The time has arrived for homeowners Chris and his roommates to get a VIP tour of their disco digs.
Welcome to your monster house.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes. Oh.
We have another room to check out first.
Pat. Yeah. Oh my God. Does it move?
Oh yeah. I'm Drew. I'm a member of your personal Monster House build team, and I put together this bed here for you. It's a beautiful octagon bed with some great 70s colors, and it's the first feature in your new 70s house.
Get on it.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
Mine's Curtis, and this is the bookcase that we built, and it has a couple of functions. One is to store your literature, and the other on the other side here.
Oh my God.
We've got a bar back here.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
So how do you feel about your new bedroom?
I think this is incredible. I think this is just unbelievable. This is easily the coolest room I have ever seen. You guys are so awesome.
All right, guys, we have another room to check out. Let's go.
All right. Yes. Oh man. Yes.
Fantastic disco wall. What do you think?
Oh my God.
With your bowling alley type of service there going on.
Great job. Great job.
This is unbelievable.
See, now it's time.
Bill's one of our builders. Bill,
Hey, Bill. Hey, man. Every 70s house needs a cool floor. Let's get funky.
My God. Yes.
This floor took all 5 days.
Right, so Jamie, this is for you.
Okay, everybody. We got the disco floor. We've got the 70s party flat here. You gotta have a disco ball, right?
Oh no.
This is unreal. I think I'm the luckiest guy in the entire world.
another satisfied monster homeowner right there.
All right.
Great job, guys.
House is a party house. There's a party going on in every room. My house is a party house. There's a party going on.
Steve leads this week's team outside for a perfect way to cap off the evening.
Sorry, guys, for doing such a great job this week.
Yeah.
You got a Makita dual slide compound miter saw.
Yeah.
And you got a precision master outfit from Press to Life.
Whoa.
Cutting, soldering, and brazing.
Wow.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That's hot. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks a lot. Wow.
Thanks much. Yes.
I want to make some now. Okay. Woo! Let me go burn up something with that torch.
Exactly.
Until next time, when who knows, the monster may be coming to your house.
Loosen up and listen to my wise words. My new motto: no pleasure, no gain. No pleasure, no gain. My house is a party house. There's a party going on in every room. My house is a party house.